It's lights out. We're racing in our final sprint of 2025 here in Valencia. Already Acosta trying to power his way through on the Gian Antonio, who's going the wrong way on the VR46 Ducati. Already picked up by fellow Fabio Quartararo. Alex Marquez has got the drop briefly, has he? On Marco Bezzecchi. They go side by side on the run down to turn two. Acosta's been super aggressive. Got the inside line on Bezzecchi. Around the outside of Bez goes Raul Fernandez, but it's Alex Marquez who leads. Acosta's gained 3 spots up to second.
It was a great start by Acosta, but an equally poor start for Gian Antonio. Acosta had to swerve round him to avoid running into the VR46 Ducati. Quartararo also a big mover up to 4th.
Bezzecchi's getting hammered here. Quartararo and the Gian Antonio have picked him off here. So Bezzecchi led Alex Marquez briefly on that long run down into the first corner. Through sector 1 from pole, Bez back in 6th.
Yeah, Frankie Morbidelli up behind him in 7th place. I don't think he'll be shy in having a go at his fellow VR46 Academy.
Jorge Martin Joan Mir has had another DNF. Well, it's Luca Marini. It's the two Hondas. The two factory Hondas collected each other here in this Grand Prix. It looks like they have.
Yep, so Miller barrels up the inside, and then, oh no, this is the Honda crash. So that was the Hondas coming in as they wipe each other out.
It's been his own fault, have they? Poor Rob Marini. Bezzecchi just cannot get through, can he? On Quartararo. Closes right up on the factory Yamaha's rear tyre going into turn 2, but he's been stuck in that 6th place since the first lap, hasn't he, Marco Bezzecchi? We saw him in competitive action. Oh, he goes barreling off, doesn't he, into the runoff area at turn 8. That's what it's there for. So nearly 4/10 of a second over Acosta. In the slipstream goes Bezzecchi. He's made that work perfectly through on Quartararo, just had the inside line as he released the brake going into the first corner. So finally, Bezzecchi goes back up at position. Yeah, still on 2 wheels there. Got his left arm yanked off the handlebar. Through came Agura. Finally, I was going to say Morbidelli was so close to Quartararo's rear tyre as they dropped down through 14. It was inevitable, really, if he just was able to pick up the slipstream, that Frankie was going to be able to blast past Quartararo. He duly did. So Morbidelli then now pinches that 6th. Just not even giving the Gian Antonio a sniff to try and attack him. Is Digi, though, going to go for it on the inside into turn 4? He is. He's had to force that one. He's going to run in a little bit hot. Fernandez surely will have the inside line back as they go through 5. This reminds me of Morbidelli versus Miller on the last lap of the Grand Prix here 5 years ago in 2020. Back again on the inside. Fernandez at 6 goes to Gian Antonio. What a fight this is for 3rd.
Well, Gian Antonio's just decided there's a lap and a half of this sprint to go. I'm just going to go for this and just throw everything at it. Raul Fernandez with the colours of the Valencia flag on his crash helmet, highly motivated to secure a medal here today.
And having started 2025 on a sprint podium, Alex Marquez finishes it on top of the sprint podium here in Valencia. What a performance by Alex. He takes the checker flag 1.1 seconds clear of Pedro Acosta, who is on the podium for the 5th time in the last 6 sprints. Still, though, chasing that elusive first victory is the KTM star. Fabio Di Gian Antonio scores just the 7th sprint podium of his career. Be interesting to see what Bezzecchi says about his decision to go for the soft front tyre, because he was never really, was he?
But in the end, it was Alex Marquez who was just too strong this Super Saturday, as he was last weekend.
Acosta and Di Gian Antonio then pick up 2 of our final